Book reviews back, baby. Yeah, bet you weren't expecting this. Me neither. I got back into reading some fiction, and I have a couple good recommendations. Yeah. Starting off with The Stranger by Albert Camus, as I like to call him. So I read this. I picked it up randomly, and I was like, this is so good. I recommended it to my mom, and she's like, no, it's Albert Camus. I'm like, oh, you know him? He's like, oh, he's a famous writer. Everyone knows him apparently, except me. He won the Nobel Prize in literature, so it wasn't just some random book that I found and thought, wow, what a treasure. No one's heard about this one. I feel like this is kind of book you would read in school maybe as well. So maybe some of you are familiar with this novel already. The Stranger follows the story of Marceau, who is this very strange guy. I don't know how to describe him exactly. He just doesn't look at the world in the same lens as other people. He's not evil by any means, but he gets in all kinds of trouble because of it. And it makes it really funny. I'm not sure if I don't think it's supposed to be funny, but to me, the whole concept is really funny. But I don't want to explain it and spoil it. But it starts off with, my mom died today, or yesterday maybe. I don't know. I got a telegram from home. Mother deceased. Funeral tomorrow. Faithfully yours. That doesn't mean anything. Maybe it was yesterday. So you follow along the story of Marceau. He gets involved in a murder. I'm not sure if that's spoiling too much. And all the details of all the events that leads up to before everything that goes down, it all has a purpose in the end, and that's what really, really made me appreciate just how tight this novel is. A lot of times you read books and they can kind of go in minute details of things that doesn't seem important, but it all has a purpose in this novel, which I really, really appreciated when it all comes together. It highlights the absurdity of us trying to find justice, order, and rationale behind our lives. I don't know. It's a short read. It's entertaining. If you haven't read a book in a while and want to get back into it, I think this is a great place to start. I loved it so much. I read his other works, The Plague, as well, which is equally amazing, but I don't want to hear more about plagues. I don't want to hear more about these virus things. No, thank you. I don't know why I went through that, but it's shockingly accurate. Anyhow, check that out as well. Next, I read Dante's Inferno. Yeah, I started this a while ago, but I never finished it. And what a shame that would have been, because this is an amazing book. You probably heard about this as well. Dante's Inferno is quite famous. It has a video game made of it. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it's a story of a man going through all the layers of hell. Hell is divided into these sections, depending on how bad you were in your life. I think I started reading it, and in the first layer, there's all the philosophers. I'm like, what is this? Come on. It's an incredible journey, and you really feel like you're part for the ride. The main character goes through hell with a guide, and he's sort of an outside perspective, and he can interact with the people in hell. He can speak to them, understanding their stories, their tragedies of why they're there, what their reaction to being in hell is. This is really interesting and very immersive to go on this journey literally through hell, starting off with the lesser crimes, like the philosophers weren't believers or worshippers, I assume, to then the final layer where the devil himself chills out. I think Marcel read this because it's an Italian writer, Dante, and whether you are religious or not, if you're interested in this concept of going through hell, I think definitely pick it up. It's really good. Don't quote me on these things. I saw someone make like here's what Pewdiepie thinks of this book. It's really good. Cool. Glad I could help. Glad I could contribute. Listen, I'm just saying, it's really good. I'm not a writer, okay? Next up, I read Our Mathematical Universe by Max Tegmark. I love this book. It's so good. It's really good. This book is basically everything in physics that is cool. That's where I learned about the doomsday theory. I never heard about that before, and I just thought, whoa, that's so interesting. He speaks about multi-layer universe, which to me, I was so sure was just a sci-fi concept that has no actual foot in science, but turns out, no, it does. And if you want to explain around it, you have to come up with all these other new rules of physics, which makes it really awkward. So it kind of blew my mind. I had a bit of a Rick and Morty moment reading this. If you're interested in physics or cosmology, this is definitely check this out. Max is a Swedish writer, so maybe I'm a little biased, but did I say? I reviewed his other work, Life 3.0, but I actually like this one even more, which I didn't expect. He explained that he didn't like physics when he was younger because he just thought it was kind of pointless with learning about density and friction. And I can understand that. Physics for me was always the subject that I thought was boring, but I always did better in, and I never understood why. This is pointless, but whatever. But I always thought it was interesting because it's learning how our world works, even if it is kind of lame. Ain't nothing lame in this though. This is all the, like I said, cool things about physics and cosmology. Because Max actually contributed to a lot in cosmology of measuring the cosmic, what was it called, radiation background? CMB, cosmic microwave background, which I didn't know what it was. The oldest radiation in our universe, a proof for Big Bang. So Max isn't just some random guy interested in this stuff. He's actually renowned in the field, and he's giving these sort of personal details of how these experiments took place and stories he's heard from other scientists, and it's just really fun bonus to read and learn about. I'll definitely make more videos of stuff that I learned in this book because I just find it so fascinating. I almost feel like I'm naive for just like buying into it, but it has an actual bearing in science. And I think that's the whole thing that he talks about, how cosmology used to not being taken seriously because a lot of theories were just so outrageous. But now it actually has a better footing, so to say. Reading a lot of stuff in this book kind of makes me feel like how people felt. I don't know, maybe this is stupid, but back in the day when you learned that the Earth wasn't the center of the universe, you know, you learn these sort of truths about our universe which is kind of daunting. You almost go, no, that can't be right. No way. Other universes? No. Nah. That's too weird. This is a lot of weird stuff in here, which makes it really fun and exciting. Max is also self-admittedly a little bit crazy, and he just goes sicko mode the last chapters, which I really appreciated, about his own theories about what the universe actually is, which I thought, yeah, is really fun. I should have mentioned this earlier, but what really makes this book so great is the fact that he can explain these really complicated concepts like quantum theory and multi-universe and all that, and you can actually follow along. I'm not sure how much I understood it really, but you know. I enjoyed it. You know that tweet that Ninja made? That was so funny. Like, I can't stop thinking about time, alternate realities, infinite universes that is constantly expanding. That's me. I feel you, Ninja. You read this book and you're like, I can't stop. And lastly, love this book. Who would the fuck would pick this up? Another random pickup. I've been literally just going on Goodreads and they've been recommending me some bomb-ass books. This book is... I love it. I love this book. Read this book. It's great. You'll feel great reading it. It's the story of Siddhartha. Siddhartha, I didn't know this, but that was the name of Buddha before he became Buddha. He was Prince Siddhartha. It's the story of his life, basically. He started off as a training monk, I guess you could call it, and he's very successful at it, but he comes to a point where he decides, I don't want to be taught anything else. What I need is experience. So he goes out in life like a normal person would and interacts with relationship, with money and with friendship and the good and bad aspects of life and how he reacts to it. And it sort of comes to a close where it so beautifully encapsulates that, sort of gives you a sense that everything has a purpose in life, whether it's good or bad. I feel like this book could have so easily been one of these books where people say they read and they go, oh, I read Siddhartha, I'm so enlightened now, or something stupid. But that's the whole point of the book, is that you can't get enlightenment from just teaching or just experience or just reaching pleasure or pain. It comes from understanding all these things on our own understanding of these things. At least that's what I think. So saying that would miss the whole point. It's just a lovely story, and I highly recommend it. I recommend all these books. I had a great time reading fiction again. It's been a while since I was into it. I've been so much on the philosophy train that I forgot that sometimes it's good to balance what you read. And it's way easier to recommend these books as well, so I think anyone can pick these up. I would rate them all highly, but if I had to pick some, I would go with these three. Siddhartha if you want something more spiritual, Stranger if you haven't read anything in a while and want to get back into reading, And if you want some non-fiction, this is a great book. I got you covered, baby. Book review back. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe to channel. More to come. I upload whatever I want on this channel, so check it out. I upload whatever. I have an amazing fan base that lets me upload whatever I want. Thank you. All right, that's it. See you next time. Propus.
You thought it was dead, but true relevance never really died. Welcome to the first Undead game! Use any item in your inventory and make memes inside Tuber Simulator. Add some of our patented stickers in there. Stickers are emotions. Memes are emotions. Express your emotions with memes! Share them for likes. Share them for love. Get up for free! And who knows? Maybe I'll review your memes. The greatest honor of all time. Full circle, baby! Download it! Make a meme! We need subtitles on this.